Hey, YouTubers, I don't know if you've heard. Rev.Wright claims that he was offered hush money by then Senator Obama's camp. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you saw the article. I advise you to read the article. It's quite a lengthy article. But the person that wrote it and gave her opinion at the end of it made it seem as if Reverend Wright, somehow because he's a pastor, he should just go on and be quiet, or he should forgive President Obama for his betrayal. Let me say something. And I want y'all to go look it up. Please look it up. And because I'm going to do something a little different from now on. Every now and then I might read the article, but I don't want to just read it and just give my interpretation of it, which I will do on this one and other things. But I want you to go back and do the reading yourself, because as I've said many times over the time I've been doing YouTube videos, I've often said go do the research yourself. Don't just take my impressions of this stuff. And then when you read it, don't read it just once or twice. Read it 3, 4, 5 times. Let it sink in. Now, I'm going to have to side with Brother Jeremiah over Brother Obama, because the president, since he ran, or announced he ran, has been giving us the middle finger. And I've stated this before, I wasn't an Obama supporter. I damn sure wasn't a Hillary supporter. I wasn't an Edward supporter. I was more of a Kucinich supporter. But the media pretty much made him, Kucinich, out to be a laughing stock. Now, I don't know if y'all remember those debates. Some of y'all don't, some of you do. When there were certain questions that were pertaining to the black community, then Senator Obama, Senator Clinton, Senator Edwards, Senator Biden, and I think Senator Gravel or Congressman Gravel all dismissed the black community. When we talked about reparations or the sentencing laws, they told us we'll talk about that later. But the Jewish community, the Latin community, the gay community, white women have been spoken to. Hell, even white kids, when it comes down to the bullying thing, it's made as if somehow white kids are bullied more than black kids. When our children are being shot down the streets because guns are funneled illegally into our community by law enforcement officials, by these foreigners that come in and set their beauty supply shops, they mom and pop wannabe grocery stores or these convenience stores, nobody says anything. Now, I wasn't under any illusion that the president was only able to going to do something, because he is the first black man and maybe the only black man we ever get in office. Because we saw how white, since he's been in office, when he started running and since he's been in office, how they've come out in full force. And we've become more divided. Well, brother, he can't talk now. Why can't he talk? For 500 more years, we've been waiting and praying that some benevolent white man or woman or child will wake up and see the error in their ways. Some have, some will not. We got pissed. No, let me say that. Some got pissed at Reverend Wright because he spoke out. Reverend Wright didn't go out there and start this shit. It was started by Fox with the help of ABC, CBS, and NBC. A lot of y'all have a 5-minute memory or no memory at all of what happened, wasn't paying attention. I hear brothers and sisters saying, well, he got to get another term. He's not guaranteed to get another term. It has happened. We have had one-term presidents, whether it be they didn't do a good job or they was assassinated. We have had one-term presidents. And I'm not saying that I want to see something happen to Mr. Obama. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are one-term presidents. Bush Sr., Carter, Kennedy, and some more others. But why in the fuck do we gotta wait the second term and for him to say acknowledge us? There's no guarantee. Y'all have to understand how politics work, especially presidential politics. Have y'all ever heard the lame duck term? If Mr. Obama doesn't start doing something now, or have something in the works for next January, if he wins, and don't do it within his first 2 years, you forget about it. And you know what's going to happen? If somebody come along and happens to be a Democrat, Republican, and the first thing we start complaining, they're going to say, y'all had President Obama for 4 years or 8 years. He talked to y'all like y'all was little kids and y'all didn't say nothing because y'all let y'all celebrities guilt y'all or tell y'all not to ask no questions. Tom Joyner, Steve Harvey, Michael Basin, Sharpton, Professor Eric Dyson, Melissa Harris Perry. And this person who wrote this article here. Reverend Wright spoke the truth. No matter how painful it was the truth. But see, people can't take when the black people sit there and call them out on their shit. That's why I say we have a very unique perspective in this country, on this planet. No other people have got done harm the way we have. I know people say with the Holocaust, 6 million. Okay, try millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of blacks that died. Land was taken away. Dignity was taken away. Families was broken up. Here it is. He picked 2 Supreme Court judges. They were women, but technically one of color, but they don't associate themselves with the black community until it's convenient. Other one was a Jewish woman, and rumor has it she's gay. So he took care of the Latin vote, the woman vote, and the Jewish vote at the same time, and the gay vote. You mean tell me there's no black women that he could have put? But there were black people from Chicago warning the nation, yo, he's not to be trusted. And what brothers and sisters like myself said, we need to ask the question, oh, be quiet, Harvey. You're being a troublemaker. You're just negative. Oh, Harvey, don't do that. When he threw Reverend Jackson on the bus and his son, I knew something was up with this cat. When he threw Farrakhan on the bus, Farrakhan, and even Farrakhan gave him benefit of doubt. But brother went over there to Libya, helped them kill Gaddafi. They talking about what's going on in Syria, but you got black men and women in Libya being rounded up and assassinated, and the media is quiet about it. Ask yourself why. Yes, he's a black man. We know it. But he had a white mother. He had a white grandparents that raised him. He didn't have the experiences that Rev.Wright or our fathers or you and I had, black men. Oh, yes, he experienced racism, but he ain't experienced the way we experienced it. He got to start here in the Chicagoland area, more importantly on the south side of Chicago. And then people on the west side of Chicago, when they got to know his name, and when he became popular, we went and supported him on too, like every other black person. But we should be asking ourselves, why is it that we're questioning Reverend Wright? Why are we questioning Tavis Smiley or Professor West? Or any other brother that comes down to question this man's loyalty. Him and his wife did a video on bullying. I want to see him do a video about the legal guns or the abuse that black children suffer. Won't do that. You don't want to make them too black. Hillary Clinton brought up Reverend Wright's patriotism, brought Farrakhan alleged or often lied upon so-called anti-Jewish behavior or mindset, and he threw him under the bus. We threw the men and women who have actually stood for us, whether we agree with them or not in full, under the bus for this brother. And I use that term loosely. When he talks to us like he got to get the black church in it, and he's singing, let's stay together. That's insulting. He didn't get around no Jewish people and say, oh, whatever they sing, let's do a bar mitzvah. He didn't sing the gay community and like, hey guys, it's raining, man. They would find that shit insulting, and rightfully so. He didn't go to the black community. I want to eat me a burrito. I want a samba. I want a merengue. I want a cha-cha. Didn't do that shit. He didn't go to white woman time about milking cookies and Carol Brady and June Cleaver. They would find that shit insulting. Here it is. He did the same thing that Oprah Winfrey, Tamara Hall did. They went to his church to get black street cred. No, I'm riding with Reverend Wright on this. I believe that President Obama kept offering some money because they think we can be bought. And if he is lying, he has a right to lie. And I'm going to tell you why. You know a man for 20 years, he announced he's running for president in Springfield, Illinois. Not in Chicago, Springfield, Illinois, and quote Abraham Lincoln like he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then told him he couldn't speak because the Fox News was going after him. You run for president, how you going to defend, say, I want to be able to defend, but you can't defend your friends? When he was running, not one time he came in our community and talked to us. No, take that back. He did. He went to a black church and said, mothers, quit feeding your kids Popeye's chicken for breakfast. Black men, take care of the children. I don't know about you, but my father and his brothers and my mother sisters have men in their life that have taken care of their children. Hell, my brother is taking care of another man's children. But see, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the father go out there for Little League and Cub Scouts. They exist out there. But he got daddy issues. Because he listened to what his mama said. Your father abandoned you. He said, Mom, and people keep saying, Barack's mother did this. Well, she didn't raise him all the way too. His grandparents did too now. So didn't she technically abandon her son for her education? We have to remember, Barack Sr. was an African in American, and at that time, it wasn't popular to be black in America. And he's with a white woman? They got a black child together? Are you kidding me? Mr. Obama knows well. He's old enough to know better. But see, if you wasn't raised in a black community, you would understand both sides. You're doing that same thing that a lot of our people have been believed in. Well, if the father's not around, it got to be on your father. Blame a black man for everything. That's what he did to Rev.Wright. Rev.Wright spoke the truth. You mean tell me we ain't dropped no bombs at Hiroshima or Nagasaki? We ain't did experiments on people? You mean to tell me we don't bat an eye when it comes to killing other people going to war? But something happened to us in this country, we get indignant? They question his page. This man serving not one but two branches of the United States military. When you got motherfuckers can't even serve in one. But he's the bad guy. Then Sean Hannity, he's still bringing Rev.Wright up. Bill O'Reilly, still bringing Rev.Wright up. Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck. This man has gotten hate messages. And then black people in the community ran away from him. But y'all had no problem going to this church. You need somebody to go over your causes. And all those groups that I've talked about, he's helped them. His church helped them. For one man. Now, black people say, Harvey, I can't believe you're saying this about the president. Was you the one telling us that we should vote? Yeah, I was saying vote wisely, vote smart. But since this dude's going to throw us on the bus, just like Mitt Romney know we're going to throw on the bus, what's the point of voting? Vote at your local level. Vote at your state level. That's where the immediate change comes from. Control your dollars. Learn your history. But like I said, I want y'all to come back to News One and read the article. News One, okay? Read the article. And you listen to what it says and listen to what this writer has to say about Rev.Wright. Don't let these handkerchief-head Negroes out here on TV tell you what to think, and then they getting rich and going and writing books and living their gated-ass communities while you out here on a bus stop or at a minimum wage job or you being laid off. Wake up, people.